Hello guys and welcome to another Game Replays tournament. It's been a good couple of weeks since I last casted. I'm Senga and with me as usual is my cameraman HoN. So unfortunately I've been out of the loop for a little bit, but I'm back and raring to go. Going to get you a good game underway here though. So it's going to be t7h, our new champions after last week's in many people's view, an upset against LAO. But two very competent teams then have shown in previous tournaments, so they're going to get underway and hopefully have a decent game. But just a bit of updated news for you that already Check 6, or now Load I think they're known as, aren't turning up to the tournament, and 5 have got knocked out in the second round. So T7H are looking very strong to take this week as well. But on to this game. The bans were as follows: Kronos, Ophelia, Corrupt Disciple, Blacksmith, Accursed, Hellbringer. So pretty standard bans all round there, you know, getting rid of the strong heroes like Kronos, Ophelia, you know, Hellbringer's ultimate. Blacksmith, as always, if not banned, is usually picked, and then finally Accursed for his supporting. So let's see what LAO have picked then. So they started off, well, should I say T7H started off with Sliver. You know, once again, explanatory hero here, strong pusher, got his ganking abilities, and overall just damage output, followed up by the Swift Blade. Really started to realise his potential this last month with periods with teams picking him, you know, coming into his own. If you get a good laning partner with him early on and get a nice, you know, stun slow with him coming up with Swift, starts getting fed a little bit and he can carry the game quite successfully. So after that you have got the Magmus, once again, nice big ultimate, good lane partner, and here we go, straight up goes Pyromancer. So here's your aggressive standard lane, looking to get a couple of early kills, and finally Soul Stealer, powerful mid, and capable of carrying the game quite well on his own as the game progresses, if he ends up getting some of these core items like portal keys and others like shield breaker and you know, everything that goes with that. And then let's go on the other side quickly then. Straight away, obviously I see that last pick of Nighthound, quite a strange one, many may say then. Not obviously a favourite carry, but he has got a bit of a getaway then, escape mechanism with his invisibility, and also that silence is quite handy in a fight, let alone backstab, extra damage. So we'll see how he ends up being used. Revy's playing him, so in capable hands. And finally after that we're going to see Valkyrie, you know, got your stun, good javelin, going to be able to deal out a lot of damage, and I'd like to really see if they can use that Valkyrie's Prism quite effectively. Obviously everyone tends to use it for escaping, but you can use it to initiate, gives you that 10-second invisibility I believe, so get in good positions and let it off. Then finally we're going to see Plague Rider, Pharaoh and Defiler. It'll be interesting to see which way these lanes end up forming at the moment, because they can mix around quite a bit, but we'll see if Pharaoh ends up going mid, if he could have a tough time against Soul Stealer. See who's last hidden, it's a bit superior. But there we go then, as I said, Pharaoh, great ganker, you know, ultimate, followed up by Hellfire, Wall of Mummies, all abilities really sync together quite nicely. Plague Rider, you know, arguably one of the best babysitters in the game, and it's also got that ultimate. And then, just mentioned it quickly, just Defiler, another core pusher. So we'll see really what strategies these two teams tend to use. I like T7H's line at the moment, definitely got some strong heroes there with the Swift Blade, Sliver and Pyro Magnus combination. They can get some kills early on, they're going to be definitely looking quite comfortable, and then obviously it depends how Soul Stealer's farming. But LAO then of course aren't shabby at all with theirs, but as I said, the Nighthound pick has still got me a bit perplexed. We'll have to see if they can pull it off as a carry. So loading up into the game then, and we'll see what some of these layouts and lineups we're going to have in which lanes. I'm expecting them, we'll probably have the Nighthound Plague Rider then, that'd be obvious pick, and then a more aggressive Pharaoh Valkyrie. Pharaoh, if should I say Valkyrie can get that arrow off and land it, and then Pharaoh gets up underneath and uses Hellfire. Could take one out, keeps him long, stunned enough. Pretty hard to pull off, but definitely with these players, you know, you expect them to be able to do unexpected sometimes, or most of the time at the very least. But let's see which way they end up going then. If we end up going to see some early rune action. Oh, pause already. Oh, maybe not. So looks like I might actually be seeing Defiler middle. Defiler's alright actually, should be able to keep up with Soulsteel for quite a bit of time if she gets the hopefully an early enough bottle, and then just able to use that wave of death enough to try and last it a couple of creeps each time, and also hopefully do a bit of damage to Soulsteel at the back. Really then she'll keep in it, but as soon as Soulsteel starts getting his level into his demon hands and just his Soulsteel, the damage will really start being felt and just start losing a bit of lane control. But there we go then, Sliver and Swiftblade will be bottom then against Night-Hound Plague Rider, two very squishy heroes. They're going to have a hard time here unless they are very careful and pull back. But Sliver, obviously deadly straight away, he's gone for poison spray, so that's going to be going in there, slowing them down, doing the damage, and all Swiftblade really needs to do then is just run in. And the sooner he gets his marches, the more damage his end up going to do. So I'm definitely in a difficult position down bottom from the offset. Unless they pull creeps well, keep out the back, and Plague Rider does some good harassment onto Swiftblade just to keep him on low HP and unable to risk it. And then finally, obviously then we're going to see top will be the Valkyrie Pharaoh. And equally in a little perilous position with Magnus and Pyro, but should be able to keep quite safely if they put enough pressure on Pyromancer to stop him letting off these stuns. But we'll see how it goes. I think the guys are just joking around here. Finally paying attention to this chat. There you go, readying up, and finally we might get on away. And away we go. Gotta grab the rune here. And gonna be bottom. And it's only a regen though, so no one's gonna get that early advantage farming, at least mid won't. Regeneration is gonna be left then by Soulsteel. He obviously knows that's there, he's gonna keep an eye on it. So maybe let off a couple of demon hands, and in between creep waves it's gonna go grab it and obviously get that regen. But here we go then. That's when the fun begins, and we're going to see who gets starting to get advantage. Of course, Ward's going out bottom by t7h, blocking the spawns as you'd expect. Really going to have to keep an eye on these lanes in bottom and top. I expect some action, especially when it gets into level 3 then up top from Magnus. Obviously Pyro will then have his wave and stun at good enough level, and Magnus will reach that critical level 3, but straight away then Swiftblade is looking to go. He's going to go underneath that tower if he's not careful, but might not be able to do it. He's going to pull back, and he does pull back. Very low health. Poor choice then, I believe, to go that close to the tower. I know they want to get those early kills quick, but he can just use his potion of mana, but he's going to lose some critical money if he keeps spending too much on it. But here we go then, could do some damage, but keeps Plague Rider out of action for a bit. And now they're going to look for keep last hidden. Meanwhile, Pyro up top, just letting out a couple of stuns. He's got one mana pot actually, so he can afford to let off a little bit, but not too much. So does Magnus. Meanwhile, bad bottom, Swiftblade is ready to go now, full health, full mana, and they are sufficiently far enough away from the tower. Just going to be waiting for it, hoping that either Night-Hound or Plague Rider gets close enough. Here we go, and Soulsteel mid then did get damaged quite a bit by following those waves, and now he is just going to grab that regeneration like I said earlier. It's a good play by him, not just wasting it at the beginning. He knew he had the sight and the control of it, and made good use of it. We'll see how much damage Plague Rider, or less damage, how much harassment she can put out once they sliver. And up top then quickly, then Valkyrie is going down, doesn't manage to leap away. Pharaoh's going to try and beat down Magnus, but he's got no chance. Another stun comes on by Pyromancer, well done, but he's got